What up, guys? Your boy, Just King ZA. Welcome back to the Just King ZA podcast. And yeah, man, today we're going to be talking about Pastor Mboro, the well known Pastor Mboro, who just went to primary school, Matsiliso Primary School, where his grandchildren attend. And he went there and fetched them, but in a very weird way. He was holding machetes and intimidating some of the teachers there and the people there, and really just taking those children. And yeah, it's a big trending issue. And they had a security guard holding a AK-47. So let's get straight into it. But before we get into it, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, please subscribe to the channel so that you may be able to get my videos when I post them, so that you don't miss some of my videos, because the algorithm might not suggest it to you or show it to you. So if you're subscribed, it's going to show it to you. When you reload your page, when you go to your home page, when you go out of YouTube, when you come back, you might just see my video there, rather than you catching me sometimes here and there. Yeah, man, also to grow the community, of course. I have the good community so that we can drop these videos. We can even expand the content and do hour-long content, 3-hour-long content, interviews, format, whatever it is, or interviews. Maybe I can go somewhere, meet some people, have like a interview session with some of, at an event with some of the politicians or musicians. You know what I'm saying? Those are some of the ideas that I'm going to have for this channel. But yeah, you need to subscribe. So let's get straight into it, man. So, Pastor Mboro, hey, I remember during the 2010s, like his name was huge. He's still a well-known pastor, very, very, what do I say, charismatic? I don't know if I should say charismatic, but just hear me saying charismatic. It's almost like that video. What should I call you? What do I call you? Lesbian? Gay? What do I call you? Reminds me of that video. Why are you gay? So let's get straight into it. So he's been a well-known pastor, doing a lot, in terms of like garnering attention, and a lot of talks, a lot of rumors about him, a lot of things, weird things. Some of it is dark, you know what I'm saying? But we used to be scared by some of the rumors that they say about him back when we were young. So the guy, is a part of this whole charismatic church vibes going on. He prays for people and all that, but he's got a very, very unique way of living. He's got like long nails. That's the thing that has been known about him, that he that's his signature brand, long nails. He's got long nails. And I was surprised to even see now he's still got those long nails. I wonder what's the whole thing about that, so very interesting to see him. It's been a while since I ever heard anything about him. So now on this video, what happened is that what we saw was him at the school, and a security guard of his holding a AK-47, just casually holding it, not pointing at anyone, just holding it and just standing by. And then we saw him holding a machete at the school. I believe it was at the office, and he said he came to take the children, And then from there, he started to see the ladies trying to get close to him and whatever, arguing with him. And then he took out that machete and started, hey, don't you dare, get back. Like threatening them, like, yo, don't come close. He wants the children. And then after that, he was picking up the children, 2 of them. And then he was going to his car, and they were following him. And as they were following him, he gave the children to the security guards, and then he started waving that machete. Started waving it like he's trying to hit someone with it, But for me, it's quite funny the way he was swinging That's why some people took those videos and they said it's Deadpool. It is Deadpool Mboro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's very funny video, but very serious at the same time. And then there you start to see him get out of the gate, and then when he gets out of the gate, he approaches his car, puts the children inside the car, and then there's some other guy with the blue jersey or blue jacket comes to him and starts to try and, you know, just get close to him, like, hey, what's happening, or whatever, or challenge him, you know. And then you start to see Mboro taking out that it's like a scene out of a Madlubutu movie, or you know, those movies, those weird movies, the Sekas that came out in the 2010s, the Madlubutu, Mam Gigi, you know, those comedic scenes. And it's just waving that machete and he's chasing that guy. And whenever someone gets close, he starts waving that thing, you know. And I believe he ends up going inside the car, and then they end up leaving, you know. So when they leave, yeah, that's when I believe the video ends. So you look at that video, you start to see the community. You know, the community was all over, was surrounding him. Like the community was out, you know, at the school. Yeah, a lot of people were there, you know, really disagreeing with what he's doing, you know. So when you start to look at it, we started to make judgments about that. We started to make judgments saying, what is this guy doing? We didn't even know that these are his grandchildren. We thought maybe, is this a kidnapping? What is this? Is this like a, you know, intimidation? Did these guys just come? And, you know, you start to wonder a lot of things. But then later on, you start to see videos of him that he took, you know. You start to see videos of him. He starts to say that, look at my son. So here's now the gist of the story. Basically, those children that he was collecting there are his grandchildren. They are the children of his son, as he says in the video. So he shows his son there. He was with him, and his son was beaten up, like his eye was this big, you know what I'm saying? Like barely opening, like, you know what I'm saying? He was roughed up for real. And according to him, he said that he was roughed up there, or he was roughed up by those people. They roughed up his son, who's the father of those children. They beat him up badly, and they threw stones at his car. Like his car had dents and all that, you know what I'm saying? And he said that they have called, he said that the family of the mother of the child, so the mother of the child passed away, I believe the wife of his son, and now it's the family of the mother of the children that is causing a lot of this, you know, custody battles for the children, you know. So yeah, according to Mboro, he said that his child was called a rat, and the child's children were called rats as well. And you saw that he said he was beaten up, and yeah, all that violence. And yeah, they are giving problems when it comes to the custody of the children. You know, the children's father is still alive. The mother is the one that passed away. So the mother's family, you know, is holding on and yeah, doing all these things according to Mboro. So now that we've considered all that, if there's any truth to this, you know, because everyone just went to attack Mboro. First things first, you know, they just saw what Mboro was doing, and then they just people just made conclusions that he is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But of course, that's what happens when you are fighting like that, or are being seen doing those type of actions and whatever. People don't want to hear you out. They don't want to hear your side of the story. You know what I'm saying? But if it is true then that is horrible. What are those children seeing? What is that those children are seeing? First and foremost, before we get to the debacle that happened with Mboro and that situation of it, his child being beat up like that. Look at that guy's eyes, this big, like that's those children's father. How do those children feel when they see their father like that? How do those children feel, when they see their father? They remember they just recently lost their mother. Do you understand? It's not. I don't really know if the mother recently passed away or she's been passed away. But the thing is, those children lost their mother, and now they have to see their father getting beat up. We don't know what is the cause, why the side of the family does not want the father or whatever is happening. That is another story, and that will need further investigation and more videos that we see. Then we can come back and discuss that side of the story. But as for this part, we'll talk about those children that they do not have to see their father getting. Just imagine seeing your father getting whipped and he's got a black eye, blue eye. Just imagine that. It's not a sight that you can forget in your whole life. You cannot forget it because that's your father, that's your hero. Do you understand? You cannot be seeing. So that to me just shows that there's not enough planning, not enough solutions to make a proper solution. I wonder what is it that the father was doing. So whatever it is, we need to know. We need to have the side of the story of the family. So also on Mboro's side, him coming with machetes and guns and whatever, that's not a good side for the children as well. They're seeing guns, they're seeing all these things, they're being picked up, and hey, people are fighting and shouting. Hey, it's not a memory that those kids can forget. That thing will be embedded in their memories, or in their characters. Just pray that God intervenes and, in terms of like getting them to process that, better. But it's not wise to show children those type of environments, those type of frequencies and energies, because it's not something because this is something concerning their parents, so it's hard to forget. It's hard to forget this type of thing. So seeing your grandfather having to fight like that, seeing your father beat up, then seeing your both sides of your family that you love as well, just going back and forth. It's not a good sight. It's not a good thing, And also the community, seeing the community turning against your grandfather, excuse me, bad lighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a good scene. It's not a good scene. It does not help those kids in any way. Do you understand? It really, really traumatizes those kids, and you will only see that the after effects when when they're older. You know what I'm saying? Unless they can process it better. So that's what I'm saying is that that's not a good side, and now the community stepped out to try and fight Mboro. And now after him leaving there, so one other element to consider in the story is that the kids, the school kids, went and burned Pastor Mboro's church. Do you understand? That's the part that I don't understand, is that what's the reason? What's the reason of burning the church? What's the point, If there's any point, then it must be, people must talk about that point. People must say that this is the reason. Because that can't be the reason only, him coming with machetes and whatever, of course. But he's been arrested. The law is going to deal with that. It's been caught on cell phones and all that. It's on social media. But why now do you have to go to the extreme of burning the church? I know the church is just a tent, but it's a tent that people meet every Sunday and have church. You know what I'm saying? It's an establishment. It's infrastructure, even though it's a tent and whatever, but it's a thing. You know, where it's a place where it's a place for the community. You know, now the people of the community have to go to another place, to a church maybe they're not used to. You know, I find that they have to go to another kasi. You know, for y'all who don't know what kasi is, it's a township. You know, they have to go to another place. Do you understand? So I saw some people celebrating that, but what is the point? Is that display enough to ban the church? If maybe you can say maybe the guy, he's been exposed for maybe sacrificing children and doing all those things, and now you have the proof, and now you don't want anymore. You're done with this church. It's done some stuff, or it's scammed some people, or it's done some horrible things, and now you're done. You're bending it down. You know, it almost seems like you're looking for an excuse to bend down the church. You know, what's the point? Now money has to be spent and all that to erect a new thing. Do you understand? What is the point? Because now you find that the church now has to move or whatever. What happens there? Do you understand? So some things are unnecessary, man, to bend down. You just bend down a structure, you know, something that helps your community or something like that. Something that's there to create some sort of, you know, a place where people can come together on Sunday and go home after. Do you understand? The only reason I will say is if, you know, the rumors about, you know, bad rumors, you know, those rumors and whatever, if maybe you've seen that, okay, you are definite that this guy is very bad for societies, no, it does not need to be in our community, then I can understand. So people need to come out, and even the parents who were there, you know, who have allowed this type of thing to happen, who have okayed this type of things to happen, some who have probably motivated this type of thing to happen, for the kids to go and bend down the structure. You know, that's my thing. Because I would say that Mboro is arrested, and now you'll have to answer, and then we'll get to hear all sides of the story, and then whoever is guilty will be, you know, will have to deal with the consequences. If Mboro is guilty and he's been doing some other stuff, then he will be dealt with. Do you understand? And you will be able to say your side of the story. If he's able to bribe police and whatever, you'll be able to, you know, I don't know, maybe people they think maybe the police won't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So people need to, I feel like people need to visit podcasts, man. I feel like it's not just celebrities who should visit podcasts. I feel like they must visit podcasts and talk, like what's happening, what is the reason, you know? Because we find the guy who will just come back from jail and just erect another church. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do? And that's why it's important to say what is the reason. Then once you've said your truth, then it's easy it's a little bit difficult for Mboro to continue doing what he's doing or having his church and whatever. It will be difficult because now you have that's why we have court. That's why we have in court you have a lawyer who states a case and says this is and what. You know what I'm saying? But now if you just act, that guy can just come and say, "Oh, what? Use the power of the tongue. The tongue for me is more powerful than the fists and the you know, punching someone or bending things. The tongue, you know." Because even when someone bans things or whatever, it all comes from the tongue. First, people have to discuss it and talk. Let's go and do this. You see what? You understand? So, yeah, I just don't agree with that. But unless people have a valid reason for that, do you understand? So, yeah, man, South Africa is very, very, always a lot of things happening in South Africa. You know, when I saw that post, I was like, what? Here, Mzansi again, we've been going through a lot of things. Then this, here, Mboro is busy holding machetes. And like, it's almost like, don't people get tired of being memed? Yo, that was a very, very weird video. And but a very, very clear depiction of what happens in our societies in South Africa. So yeah, it's very, very, yeah, very embarrassing also, for whoever wants to talk nonsense about us can talk nonsense about us, when they see these type of things. So yeah, man, I can't wait to see the interviews and further developments from this thing. But I just thought I should do a video and talk about it, and yeah, let's hope everything gets resolved. And it's a teachable lesson for everyone. Yeah, when you're going through, because South Africa, a lot of disputes about mothers and fathers and whatever, families, you find the mother of the children, the family is just, some of the times you find them, they're trying to, they don't want the children to stay with their father. They fight tooth and nail so that the father can pay them. Sometimes it's a money thing, and they want to be paid a monthly thing by the father, and then they know they're going to use the money on themselves. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. People are just looking for, I'm not saying this is what's happening here. People are looking for some sort of income, to get income, and they use children to do that. But I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but there's some of the things that happen. You think like people are doing it from the goodness of their heart. No, some of them are not. That's why sometimes you find sometimes this type of thing, these social issues that we have, social issues, are stemming from things similar to this, where a father has to always deal with the family. Some of even the deadbeat father situation is stemming from things like this, where the father realizes that it's too much stress. This type of thing is too much stress. It's too much, like the effort he has to go to get access to his children. It's madness. You know what I'm saying? So almost like a very, very situation that beats you down as a person, and you can't progress in the future, or you can't you always have to deal with this energy draining situation that is unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? People should learn to share their children. If they want to go to their father, they go to their father. If they want to go to they visit. They go there on weekends. They stay there on weekdays. Do you understand? They go there on holidays, just like that, just to share and have a common understanding. But you find that there's no common understanding. South Africa, we need help. We need help in our communities. This type of things should not be happening. Families must be amicable. Families must come to equal understanding. Do you understand? But anyways, yeah, man, we'll just continue to be on the lookout. Stay tuned. We'll see you on the next video. Anyways, your boy, Just King Zere, signing out.